Introduction. The invisible reason behind failure. Most people believe that failure comes from lack of intelligence, lack of money, lack of education, or lack of opportunity. They spend their entire lives blaming circumstances, society, the economy, or other people for where they are. But Napoleon Hill discovered something far more uncomfortable and far more powerful. He realized that the majority of people fail for one simple reason. They never decide what they truly want. A person without a clear purpose is not living intentionally. They are reacting to life instead of directing it. They wake up each morning responding to emergencies, expectations, and habits, but not to a mission. They move through years without a clear destination, hoping that somehow things will improve. And hope, without direction, is one of the most dangerous illusions a human being can live under. Purpose is not a luxury. Purpose is not motivation. Purpose is not a dream. Purpose is the foundation upon which all achievement is built. Without it, effort is wasted, energy is scattered, and potential remains locked away forever. Napoleon Hill called this the definite major purpose, and he believed it was the starting point of all success. Part 1. What? Purpose really? Miana's purpose is not simply wanting more money or wishing for a better life. Purpose is clarity. It is knowing, with certainty, what you are working toward and why it matters to you. It is a specific aim that gives meaning to your actions. Most people confuse movement with progress. They stay busy, they work hard, they struggle daily, but they are not moving forward because they have no direction. Imagine running as fast as you can without knowing where you're going. You will get tired, frustrated, and eventually stop. That is exactly how most people live their lives. A clear purpose organizes the mind. It gives your thoughts a center. It gives your decisions a filter. It turns chaos into focus. When your purpose is strong, your energy naturally aligns with it. You no longer waste time on distractions because your mind understands what truly matters. Napoleon Hill observed that every successful person he studied without exception had a clear purpose that guided their decisions, even during hardship. Part 2. Why most people never find their purpose. One of the most tragic realities of life is that most people never discover their purpose. They live, struggle, age, and disappear without ever knowing what they were truly capable of. Why does this happen? First, fear. Purpose requires commitment, and commitment requires courage. Many people are afraid to choose a direction because they fear failure. They fear being judged. They fear discovering that they are responsible for their own lives. Second, conditioning. From a young age, people are taught to follow rules, meet expectations, and seek approval. Very few are encouraged to ask, "What do I truly want?" As a result, people adopt goals that are not their own goals, borrowed from parents, society, or culture. Third, comfort. Purpose demands effort. It demands discipline. It demands sacrifice. And comfort is seductive. A purposeless life may feel empty, but it is predictable. Many people choose familiarity over growth, even if it slowly destroys them. Napoleon Hill believed that drifting living without purpose was the most dangerous habit a human being could develop. Part 3. Drifting. The silent why drifting is living without direction. It is allowing life to happen to you instead of deciding how you will live. Drifters wake up each day reacting to circumstances, emotions, and external pressures. A drifter says, "I'll see what happens. Maybe one day I'll try, if it's meant to be." A person with purpose says, "This is what I want. This is my deadline. This is my responsibility. Drifting feels safe because it avoids responsibility. But over time, it leads to regret, frustration, and bitterness. Drifters often blame the world for their outcomes, not realizing that the absence of direction was the real cause. Napoleon Hill warned that drifting slowly destroys ambition, confidence, and self-respect. Without purpose, the mind becomes weak, easily influenced by fear and doubt. Part 4. Purpose creates inner discipline. Earliest gifts of purpose is discipline. When your purpose is strong, discipline becomes natural. You no longer rely on motivation because your goal pulls you forward. People often say, "I'm not motivated." But motivation is unreliable. Purpose is not. When you know why you are doing something, excuses lose their power. Laziness fades. Discomfort becomes acceptable. Sacrifice becomes meaningful. A person without purpose needs constant motivation. A person with purpose creates their own momentum. Napoleon Hill believed that purpose gives the subconscious mind a clear instruction. Once the mind understands the goal, it begins working, automatically finding ideas, solutions, and opportunities. Part 5. Purpose and the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind does not think critically. It accepts what is repeatedly impressed upon it. When you clearly define your purpose and focus on it daily, the subconscious mind begins to operate in alignment with that purpose. This is why people with clear goals often experience coincidences. Opportunities appear. The right people show up. Ideas emerge at unexpected moments. This is not luck. This is mental alignment. Napoleon Hill explained that the subconscious mind becomes a powerful ally once it is given a definite direction. But without purpose, it becomes chaotic, absorbing fear, doubt, and negativity. Part 6. Purpose transforms pain into meaning. Life is difficult. Pain is unavoidable. Struggle is part of the human experience. But purpose transforms pain into meaning. When you suffer without purpose, pain feels pointless. When you suffer with purpose, pain feels temporary. Purpose gives hardship a reason. It allows you to endure discomfort because you understand what it is preparing you for. Many people break under pressure not because they are weak, but because they don't know why they are suffering. Napoleon Hill believed that purpose turns adversity into fuel. It allows individuals to rise instead of collapse. Part 7. How to discover your purpose. Purpose is not found by waiting. It is found by decision. Ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to build? What problem do I want to solve? What impact do I want to leave? What am I willing to suffer for? Your purpose must be specific. Vague goals produce vague results. Write it down, clarify it, commit to it. Napoleon Hill insisted that purpose must be written and reviewed daily. Repetition strengthens belief. Belief strengthens action. Part 8. Purpose requires decision, and CIOMIT isn't ECHOM. My TIMNT ising a purpose is easy. Committing to it is hard. Commitment means you stop negotiating with fear. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop seeking approval. Purpose demands loyalty. There will be moments when quitting feels easier. There will be moments when doubt screams loudly. Commitment means staying aligned even when emotions fluctuate. Napoleon Hill believed that indecision was one of the greatest causes of failure. Purpose eliminates indecision. Part 9. Purpose separates leaders from FOL. Low WAR. Leaders are not defined by position. They are defined by clarity. People naturally follow those who know where they are going. A person with purpose carries a different energy. Their confidence is quiet but firm. Their actions are intentional. Their presence inspires trust. Most followers are not weak. They are directionless. Purpose gives people the courage to lead their own lives. Part 10. Living. A purpose-driven life here. Purpose-driven life is not easier, but it is richer. It is filled with meaning, direction, and self-respect. When you live with purpose, you wake up with intention. You make decisions with confidence. You accept responsibility. You grow through struggle. You leave something behind. Napoleon Hill believed that purpose was the bridge between potential and achievement. Conclusion. Decide why a life will not change by accident. It will only change by decision. No one will hand you purpose. No one will choose it for you. No one will save you from drifting. You must decide. Decide what you want. Decide who you will become. Decide what you are willing to sacrifice, because the moment you choose a purpose and commit to it with belief and action, you stop drifting and you start living. And that is where success truly begins.